Hello my friends, Paul here in the RoJoBe Music Workshop, and welcome to part 6 of the electric baritone ukulele project. Okay, so in the last video you'll remember that I'd done the wiring and I was painting the electronic cavities with the shielding paint, which is now dried. So I'm now going to put it together, put all the panels in, screw them in place. Hold on one second, there we go. Alright, I've got the neck ready as well because I will also be attaching that. Okay. Right, so first, let's see, first I'll put in the switch panel because it's quite tricky with all the wires, so I want to get that done out of the way first. Make sure I tuck all the wires in, don't pinch any of them and don't kink them or anything. That looks good. Okay, 2 screws. Just get the first one started. He says. There we go. Okay, get the other one in. So that's the switch panel in. Okay. Alright, so next I'll put in the bridge. Now there is an earth wire which needs to be literally trapped underneath the bridge, between the bridge and the body, so I've got to make sure I've got that as well. Also make sure I've got the bridge wire around. That's a good start. Okay. Yeah, this also is a little bit tricky. Actually, I'm going to need to turn it around so I can see what I'm doing. And you can also see me better. How's that? Yep, that looks good. Okay, another 2 screws. Just make sure that ground wire is still in place. Can't really see. Yeah, it's all good. Okay, let's get the other screw in. Okay. Alright, that's the bridge in place. Just tighten those down. Okay, that's that. Just looking, I think I might have a... Oh no, I thought I had a wire pinched under here, but it's fine. Okay, so now the scratch plate with the neck pickup. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 screws to hold this in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's good. Okay. So again, I'll just get a couple of screws in to make sure it's lined up first before I put in the rest and tighten them down. That's 1, 2. Okay. Right, I don't think you want to watch me put all the rest of these screws in, so I'm just going to pause the video here, bring you back when that's all done. 1 second. Okay, so that's all that screwed down, and I've gone ahead and bolted the neck in place as well. There's just a couple of little jobs I've got to do before putting the strings on, and that's basically just polish the metalwork out. It's got fingerprints all over it and it's all smeary, so I'm just going to wipe those down, make them nice and shiny. And one other job I've just remembered that I've got to do as well is to cut the slots in the nut. That wasn't done at factory, so I've got to do that, which is a bit of a pain, but it's not too bad. I'm sure I can manage. Okay, so that's the switch panel polished up nicely. Now the bridge. Much easier to do this than before putting the strings on. Yeah, better to do it now. Okay, so I'm going to peel the protective coating off the scratch plate. So that looks all nice and shiny as well. Again, it's much easier to do this before I put the strings on. There we go, off that comes. Wow, looks lovely. Okay, so there it is, all nice and shiny, ready to string up. So yeah, I've got to put the strings on, and I've got to put the strings on before I cut the nuts, the nut slots. But I will just take some measurements first. Actually, I'm gonna measure it first and mark it out, and then see how well the strings line up. They should be pretty good actually. So I need to find a sharp pencil. That's not particularly sharp, so I'll give it a bit of a sharpen. As soon as I find my knife. Isn't it always the way? Never mind. I'm sure it'll be fine. Okay, so I want my small ruler. Okay, so first of all I'm going to measure the width of the nut, and then calculate where the strings should go. So it's, let's see, 33 millimeters. Let me just double check that. Yeah, 33 millimeters. So if I, let me think. So 1, 2, 3. So dividing 33 by 3, because you want to measure the spaces, not the actual strings. Dividing 33 would give me 11, but I also want to come in at each side a little bit as well. So let me start with, let's say, 3 millimeters in from each side. 1, 2, 3, and same the other side. 1, 2, 3. Just double check those. Okay, seems to have got 4 mil this side, so we just rub that off and do that one again. 1, 2, 3. So that should now give me 27 mil between those two marks, which it does. So divide that by 3, that will give me 9 millimeters. So 9 and 18. Okay, I don't know how well you'll be able to see those marks, but I've got, yeah, I really don't think you can. Okay, so I've got 4 marks on there, and I have to say they do look just right actually. So, but I'm not going to cut the slots just yet. I'll just darken those pencil marks. So I've got the 4 places marked, and it does look right. But obviously I'll double check properly when the strings are on. Actually, before I put the strings on, there's another job I need to do, and that is to fit the strap buttons. I'm going to put the ones on that came supplied with it, just because they've got very good felt washers on them. I have got some other strap buttons which I kind of like. They're kind of a smoky effect, but these match the rest of the metal work anyway, so I may as well use these ones. Just make sure I've got the right drill bit first. As I mentioned before, when you're drilling holes, obviously you want a drill bit for screws. You want this drill bit slightly smaller than the screw. So let's have a look at 2.5 mil. A bit big. Let's try 2 mil. 2 mil looks about right. Okay, again with 2 mil then. Okay. So the bottom hole's quite easy normally, and I'm just going to eyeball it. I'm not going to take perfect measurements. I'd say that's the middle right there. Over just a touch. Yeah, that's good enough. Yeah, that's spot on really. Okay, so make sure I get the right size Phillips for that. That one will do nicely. Okay. Yeah, as I say, the ones that came supplied with this, they've got very nice felt washers on them, quite thick, which is kind of what you want really. Alright, so on goes the bottom strap button. Yeah, that's the right size hole as well, that's good. Quite long screws, but I suppose that's better safe than sorry and all that. Okay, that's that one. Now the one in the top needs to go on the broader shoulder, if that makes sense. And again, I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. I want it kind of not on the top here and not sort of around the side, but kind of on the, if there was one, a corner, so kind of out that way, I think. I'm not so sure. Actually, I'm going to leave that one for now, because I want to make sure I put that one in the right place. I think they normally go there, but I'm going to leave that for now. That's not urgent. I can do. You see how quickly it is to do those, so I'm not going to worry too much right now. Okay, so let's get the drill out of the way, because you know what time it is now, don't you? It's time to start stringing it up. Okay. I'm not going to put the control knobs on just yet. I'll leave that for now. Okay, so here's the strings I've got again that came with it, and I'm hoping they're good quality strings. They should be. I'm not sure what brand they are, but I'm sure they're good ones. Okay. So once again, I will start with the inner two strings, which will be, I believe, those two. Okay. Let me just double check. I can pretty much eyeball the thickness of these. Yeah, so it's that one and that one. Okay. So, one of the strings just gone on the floor, but I'll not lose that. Okay. So string number 2 first. So these strings, they first of all they go through the hole in the bottom of the bridge there. Okay, and then it's been a while since I wired one, strung one like this. Okay, so they go through that hole at the bottom and then over the brass adjuster there. Okay, and then up to the up to the tuner. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so these tuners are a bit different. Rather than having a hole through, they've got a slot. I've got to be honest, I've not actually used this type of tuner before, and I'm not quite sure how good they will be. I guess I will soon find out, won't I? Okay, so as I do with guitars, because this is steel strung, I'm going to wrap from the inside of the post, wrap around the post 2 times. That's 1, 2, actually I'm going to go 2.5, and then through the slot I'm going to go round again and through that slot again. Yeah. Okay, I'm not sure how well I trust these tuners. Right, let's just wind that one on a bit. Right. Yeah, okay. Oh, these tuners are very close together. That's quite awkward. I'm also thinking I might need to fit some string trees to this. It didn't come supplied with any, but I've got plenty of those, and I might fit those on. See, that's already come out of that slot. I've done it once, I could easily do it again. Oh dear, I don't like these at all. I really don't like these. Okay. So far so good. Right. String number 3. It's that one. Okay, so through the hole over the brass adjuster, flat top. Okay, around the post from the inside, 1, 2.5 times through the slot, around again through the slot again. Okay, hold that in place, kind of, sort of. Okay, and wind that one on. Okay, so you get the idea. I'm not going to film the rest of that. You've seen me do these before. So I'm going to just get all 4 strings on and just kind of set the string height more or less, and then I'm going to have a look at the nut slots. Okay, so I'm going to pause the video here and I'll bring you back when I've got all the strings on and ready for the next stage. Okay, yes, I figured out that the ends of the strings need to poke down in the hole through the centre of the tuner. I didn't actually see that hole in the centre there. As soon as I did, I realised my mistake. So yeah, you actually poke the end of the string down through a hole that's in the centre of the tuner, right down there, and then wind it on. But obviously you have to have enough of the string cut off first, which luckily I'd done. So I figured that out, and I've got all the tunes wound on, and I've marked out and just initially cut the nut slots, but the action is still way too high at the nut, so I've got to cut that down quite a bit yet. And I am going to need a couple of string trees on here as well. I'm going to need to fit those on there, and there's not really much point doing the setup at the bridge until I've got that right. So my next job, which I'm not going to film, is just cutting the nut slots further down so the strings sit down, and attach a couple of string trees. And then once I've done that, I'm then ready to start doing the setup at the bridge. But like I said, I'm not going to film the doing the nut slots and the string trees. It's not all that interesting. But I mean, it is pretty much done now. Actually, for me, it's this way up. So yeah, I've got to, you know, cut the nut slots deeper, put the string trees in, and then it will be ready to set up at the bridge, and to set up the pickups as well, because you'll see that the neck pickup is at the moment fairly close to the strings, but the bridge pickup is, well, you could throw a dog under there. So that's all got to be adjusted. But I'm going to do the nut slots and the string trees first, get that end set up right. Then when I've done that, then I'll make another video about setting up the bottom end and seeing what she sounds like. But yeah, I mean, as far as building the thing, that's finished. It's just some adjustments that I've got to do, and then the setup, and then it's ready to go. So I'm not quite sure when I'll get round to doing that. Hopefully it won't be too long, and you'll see the video come out soon. And yeah, so it's almost finished. Once again, if you're enjoying these videos, please give a thumbs up, comment, share, subscribe if you haven't already, and please hit the notification bell as well so that you know when more videos are coming out. And if you could, please try and get friends, colleagues, relatives, etc. to subscribe, and remind them to hit the notification bell. I'm really enjoying doing these videos. Hope you're enjoying watching them. And as I said in the previous video, everybody, please take care, especially in the UK at the moment where things are not great. Just look after yourselves. Okay, we'll see you soon. Peace out.